Helpful for life.
Finally, let's talk about how to start the dishwasher. So the first thing you're going to want to do is actually, before you even grab the soap, make sure that the little propeller thing down here can spin. Because if there's something hanging down that's blocking it from spinning, then it's either not going to work at all, and it may even cause damage to your dishwasher. So make sure that it can freely spin. That's just a little thing I like to do, and if you have a secondary one up here, make sure it can spin freely as well. Then you're going to grab your soap. Now, this is some liquid dishwasher detergent, but Consumer Reports actually recommends getting one of those single tablets. It says those have actually done much better than the liquid ones have. So you can look online to find out some of the best ones, but we would recommend getting some tablets. We're actually in the wrong for this one. But what you'll do, and these are your clean dishes, so I'm not going to start another load, but you'll just squeeze this straight into this, into the main cup here, and then you'll just close it up, and that's how you load this dishwasher detergent. Now, you want to make sure not to use dish soap, because this stuff is too sudsy. It makes too many bubbles. And so if you put this in your dishwasher, like my sister did once in college, it actually is gonna bubble up. And even though this thing is closed, bubbles and foam are gonna come all out of that. Now, I'm not saying you to do this, and I'm not saying I've ever tried this, but if you wanna have a foam party, maybe that's an okay way to try. Just, beware of water damage, and that's probably a horrible idea. Don't do that. Another thing you want to make sure you do is add rinse aid. So what rinse aid does is it keeps the glasses and stuff from getting spots and streaks and things like that. And so there's usually a designated container down in the dishwasher door often, and you just take it off and you're going to squirt the dishwasher rinse aid straight into there. Now this one, you just look and see if you can see the blue, in which I can, so it doesn't need more rinse aid. Some of them have a little button you press to see if it comes up blue, but keep your rinse aid topped off. You gotta do that maybe every few months. All right, let's get the dishwasher started. So we'll close the door, and then we recommend that you run your dishwasher, it's not your dishwasher, you run your sink water until it is hot. And that will make your dishwasher not have to work as hard as it heats up the water to the right temperature. So you'll actually save a little energy and a little time off your load if you do that. Then you will just lock it if yours happens to have a lock, and then you change the settings. So ours is just a normal wash with a high temp wash and a high temp rinse and a heated dry. Now, if you're very energy conscious, then you don't necessarily need to use those high temperature settings. Just know that the higher temperatures do a better job of sanitizing your dishes. So one thing to keep in mind is to make sure to have a system so people know if the dishwasher is clean or dirty. This is especially important the more people you have living in the house. You don't want someone to throw a dirty dish into a clean dishwasher or try and unload the dirty dishes. That would be bad. So in our case, we have a lock on ours. So our system's pretty simple. If it's locked, that means it's clean. So if someone wants to take out a single cup to use without dumping the whole dishwasher, which they should just dump the whole dishwasher, but that's neither here nor there, then they need to make sure to lock the dishwasher back so that way everyone knows that it's clean. Alternatively, you can get these little magnets or stickers or whatever to show whether it's whether it's clean or dirty. I'll show one here on the screen so you can see what that looks like. But whenever you start the dishwasher, switch it to clean so that way everyone can see it's clean. And then once you dump it, you switch it to dirty so everyone knows that it's dirty. Lastly, let's talk about how to unload the dishwasher. So the first tip is always unload the bottom shelf first. Because if you unload the top shelf first, as you pull that out, some water that may be remaining in those top shelf dishes will drip down onto those bottom shelf. And that will make you have to dry up a lot more dishes. So unload the bottom shelf first. With the silverware basket, sometimes I find that certain things can get have a little extra water left on them. So what I'll do is I'll actually take that over the sink and I'll give it a little shake. So that way it shakes loose any water that's in there and prevents it from making a bigger mess. Likewise, when you're dealing with the top shelf, especially as you have these cups and bowls and mugs, there may be a little water pooled in the top of them. So what I'll do is I always have a towel handy, and if one's especially bad, I'll carefully lift it up and dump it into the sink, or you can dump it into the bottom of the dishwasher, and then I'll dry off the rest of it with that towel that I have handy. Plastic is another thing that doesn't dry very well all the time. So if I have some Tupperware like this, especially if it has like a rim or some kind of thing where the water can rest inside, I'll take that and I will tap it off into the sink or again to the bottom of the dishwasher, and that will get the water out from those rims and then finish drying it with the towel. That's it for the dishwasher. Now that we've finished pleasing the robot overlords, let's talk about some dirty jobs involving our hands.